What's going on, guys? It's Justin Fanio from Push and Profit. Hope everyone is having a beautiful day today. Now in this video, I want to go over something called Fibonacci Retracements. Now, although it sounds really fancy, it's just a tool that some traders use for technical analysis in order to draw support lines, identify possible resistance levels, and overall just analyze the price movement of a stock. Now, Fibonacci numbers were introduced to middle-aged Western Europe by a famous mathematician called Leonardo of Pisa, and they are basically a mathematical sequence of numbers where each number is the sum of the two preceding numbers. Now, being honest, that's pretty much the whole concept behind Fibonacci numbers and the ratios. Now, if you guys didn't understand any of that, it's perfectly fine because in order to use them in trading, the computers pretty much do all the work. So it's not a crazy math equation that you have to solve or even remember. Now, in a moment, I'm going to be hopping into my computer screen. I'm going to demonstrate exactly how to use Fibonacci retracements effectively for trading. I'm going to be talking about how to set them up. But before I hop into my computer, if you guys could just do me a favor and just gently tap that like button, because it really does help these videos get noticed in the YouTube algorithm. And doing these videos do require a lot of time to construct for you guys. So if you guys could, just help me out a little. Now, with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into my computer. Alright guys, so we are officially in the belly of the beast, aka my computer screen, so let's get on with it. Right now, for those of you guys that might ask, I am using the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform to do my technical analysis. This is on what I use to day trade. This is what I use to do most of my trades. Now, does this mean that you guys have to absolutely use TD Ameritrade to make your trades? Of course not. There are many other brokerages out there. This is just the one I choose to day trade. Now, I do have another brokerage account with Webull. I actually have a link in the description where if you guys open an account with Webull to make your trades, you get 2 free stocks. So consider checking that out. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what broker you use, right? Now, for the purposes of this video, right, we're going to be talking about the Fibonacci retracement and how to set it up, right? So right here, we're looking at ticker symbol AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. We're looking at the 4-hour chart, which is the 180-day. And now let's go ahead and set up this Fibonacci. So basically, on TD Ameritrade, to set your drawing tool, you're going to go ahead and click this button right here. And you're going to, in order to select Fibonacci, you're going to go ahead and click this % sign that says Fibonacci Retracements, right? So once you have that selected, now it's very important that you put this in accurately. So you're going to want to either start from the top and go to the bottom, or start from the bottom going to the top, whichever way, but just make sure that you accurately do it. Right now, what am I talking about? Let's just kind of demonstrate it real quick. You see the low of the 180-day chart is $27.43. You're going to want to try to get that as accurate as you can. Again, the more accurate, the better it is. As you can see on the right, it's saying that I do have it selected on $27.43. So let's go ahead and click that. And now we're going to go ahead and drag this all the way to the high, which is $59.27. So let's try to get that as accurate as we can. Again, you might not get it 100% perfect all the time, but it's of course just better if you do. So I just got it perfectly. We got it at $59.27, right? So once you do this, it draws Fibonacci retracements, right? You see all these lines, right? Now, again, like I said, you don't have to understand the whole ratio or the Fibonacci sequence, right? You don't have to do it because the computer does it for you. All you have to do is click, the lowest point and the highest point, right? And then automatically, it's going to automatically draw that out for you. So right here, we see these vertical lines. Now, the most important lines would be the 3 blue lines in the middle. They might not be blue for your where you're charting at. I think I might have selected them to be blue just because these are typically the most important. Now these are all kind of like supports and resistances, right? Now you could see, of course, the top being the resistance, and we could see how it played out, how, once it hit highs of $59.27, it sold off, and then eventually it did hit highs, around that area, that resistance, and it bounced back. So the Fibonacci retracements just kind of points out, strong resistance and support levels, right? Now, again, with stocks, they're not going to always do exactly what you predict them to do. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they don't have to, just because something is a resistance, it doesn't mean that it has to pull back. They could absolutely break the resistance. Your job as a trader is to really identify these key movements, and then go with the movement. Of course, if something hits a resistance and you see if it starts selling off, then that might be a key point for you to start shorting the stock, and etc. If something hits a support and you see it like going on an uptrend, don't fight the trend. The trend is your friend, as I always say. Write it up, right? You never want to predict something just because something is going around, resistance. You should automatically short. You want to wait for confirmation. But this all everything I'm saying is for a different video. I just have that embedded in me that I just got to tell people that just because something is touching a support or something's touching a resistance doesn't mean it has to go follow that movement, right? It has to validate it, and then you'll realize what you should do, right? I don't know why it's like a disclaimer I have to always do. But anyway, so you could see these the line in the middle is 50%, right? And these are all the ratios, right? So we could see, at the 50% level, it did kind of have a major sell-off at one point, and it kind of did seem to bounce off that level. You could see it right here, it bounced off that level. But guess what? Once it hit the resistance of the 38.2%, it kind of started selling off, bounced off here. And you could just see that, overall, the whole chart of AMD for the last, I believe, few months, because this started, starting from the high, which was on the second month of 2020, all the way till the current time of this video, which is the fifth month of 2020. You could see that it's kind of has been bouncing all over the place from these resistance and support levels. So basically, that's what it is. These are just a mathematical sequence of numbers that once came up, or not really came up, but introduced by in Western Europe by a famous guy, Leonardo. And right now in a lot of platforms, they allow you to use this tool, and this is how you would set it up. You would just hit it towards the low, hit it to the high, and then use it to your advantage. Right now, if we're gonna try to be practical and just see like what's going on right now, we could see that currently, to this day, at the moment of this recording, AMD is touching this level of 23.6%. Now, what we can see from this, right? This might end up falling below it, or if it really truly validates itself as a support level, it might start bouncing up. Now, what would I do if I was in this situation? I would wait to see exactly what happens. Right now, it looks like it did touch the level, and I zoomed in, of course. It looked like it touched it, and it looks like it might show signs of bouncing up. At the end of the day, you got to wait for that confirmation. I'll wait for things like it passing the EMA line, the SMA line, things like that. But that's for another video, of course. Like, at the end of the day, the purpose of this video is really just to show you guys the technique of setting up Fibonacci retracements for stocks. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't always set up Fibonacci retracements for when I'm trading, mainly because I'm not really looking at larger time frames. I'm someone who really day trades and goes and does intraday trades. So for me, I look at the 1 minute, 1 day chart, and I use, moving averages. I use like the VWAP and other indicators. Again, does that mean that the Fibonacci retracement is a bad tool to use? Absolutely not. I just think it's better for longer term views of a chart. Like, let's say if I wanted to set it up for 1 day for the intraday, right? You could still, however, set it up, but I just think that they're more valid supports when they're looked at a longer time frame. But of course, let's just set it up for the purpose of this video. Let's say that the highest of the day was around $52.70, and the lowest for the day was around $51.62, if I could get it right there. Perfect. And we could see that it still kind of followed the pattern of the Fibonacci retracements. You could see that over here it bounced off here. Of course, this was like a major resistance, and you could kind of see that all over the place, right? It's just following this pattern. Again, I just want to be honest with you guys. I don't always use Fibonacci retracements. I'm always using other things like VWAPs and just other indicators. At the end of the day, every trader uses what they most feel comfortable with. But you want to use just have any tool in your toolbook to make better analysis on what you're trading. So hopefully this video really introduced you to the power of using Fibonacci retracements in your trading. If you guys like the video, definitely hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Also, I do have a free Facebook group for stocks for trading. It's going to be one of the first links on the bottom of the description. So if you guys want to join the group, it's basically a community that I'm building of individuals who are interested in trading in the market. So we could kind of all just engage with each other and learn more from each other. So definitely consider hitting that link. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'm someone who pretty much answers most of the comments. At the moment, my channel is not that big, it's pretty small, so actually it's not too difficult to reply to everyone. But even if my channel grew substantially larger, I would still try my best to get back to everyone as much as I can. But yeah, make sure to do that, and hopefully you guys have a great, amazing day. My name again is Justin Fernio from Push and Profit, and I'm out. Peace.